Good evening. I'm Dr. Maureen Craig, your yoga teacher this evening. I am excited to share this class with you as a powerful form of stress relief. I have been experiencing a life circumstance that went on for several days of maybe even more than a week of stress. And I've been using several of these practices to help mitigate that stress. And even in the most intense moments, finding a relief from several of these practices. One of the examples that we'll work with is the mantra meditation, and especially when I was trying to unwind and sleep and some of these thoughts would be coming to me on what I was dealing with, this mantra meditation was so powerful at helping me unwind. So I hope you enjoy this practice and can use it sometimes when life throws you a bit of stress. Let's begin on our backs. Unwind the body onto the mat, finding a shavasana-like posture. Tuck the shoulders under a bit. And then as you take a breath in and release the breath, feel the weight of the body coming down to the mat. With the next inhale, hold at the top for a count of 3 and then release, melting the tension out of the body with the release. At the bottom of the exhale, draw another breath in, holding at the top for a count of 5. Slow release, melting and letting go in the body. Arriving in this moment. Bottom of the exhale, draw another breath in, holding in fullness for a count of 7. Slow melting release, letting the shoulders go, the eyebrows drifting apart, the body growing heavy. Returning to a natural breath, feeling the inhale and the exhale over the heart, and just checking in with the felt sense in the heart. And we're going to choose a mantra now. I'm going to offer the word relax. On the inhale saying re, on the exhale saying lax in your mind, not out loud. Another alternative would be on the inhale ah, on the exhale om. Really, you can choose any 2 syllables and just repeat, 1 for the inhale, 1 for the exhale. Nice and slow. Letting go and letting it get slower and slower. The mind drifts away from the mantra, just gently bringing yourself back to that 2-syllable word. Letting the breath be smooth, even. Receiving the in-breath, ah, letting go of the out-breath, om. Letting the body be heavy. You can continue this breathing as long as you wish. Or you may begin to set an intention for your practice, finding your own power over your internal experience or with your internal experience, acceptance and working with it, On the inhale, reach the arms straight up towards the sky. On the exhale, let them reach over your head if that's comfortable for your shoulders, and let the toes reach out long. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let the arms drop out in a T. Shoulder blades coming together a bit. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, over the top of the head. Point through the toes. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale to a T. Once more, lifting up and back and up and out. Bring the knees up towards the sky, heels out right behind the glutes. We're going to take a bridge here. Exhale, push the small of the back down towards the mat. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, roll up into a bridge, squeezing the glutes and drawing the knees a bit towards each other. Lift the chin. On the exhale, lift the heels and slowly draw the spine long as you unwind that spine vertebrae by vertebrae, little by little, all the way down. Arms out into a T or cactus, shins in tabletop, and let the knees drift left and right with the breath. Bring the heels down behind the glutes, arms alongside the body, and find your bridge again, slowly rolling up through that spine as we warm it up. And then exhale, roll it down, option to lift the heels. Bring your knees into the hands. Roll some circles on your back in one direction and then the other. Lovely. Place your hands behind your thighs, elbows into the earth. Kick away to bring yourself up to a seated posture. Sitting either on a block or with your legs folded in front of you. Coming to a comfortable seated posture, feel the weight of the body coming down to the mat and the tallness of your spine inhabiting the body. Roll your shoulders back a bit. Lengthen through the crown and then gently roll the chin down to the chest and stretch out the back of your neck. Releasing and pausing anywhere where your neck is giving you a little bit of feedback. Then roll the shoulders forward up towards the ears and back down. Do those shoulder rolls a couple times, getting yourself nice and comfortable in your shoulders as you complete that practice. Then we're going to reach our arms out into a T. Let your arms be long. Drop that right hand to the mat and sweep over, pushing the opposing hip down towards the earth. Inhale through center, keep the heart lifted. Land the hand, and with a big open chest, sweeping over. And once more each side, breathe with it. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Reaching for the sky, big breath, big lifted chest. Exhale, twisting off. Feel that revolution. Let the exhale happen. Inhale, lifting, fill the belly. Exhale, revolve. Inhale, fill the front body. Exhale, revolve. Lift that back hand. And gently fold a bit. Sweep both hands to the sky. Exhale, twist. Lift the back hand. Exhale, fold. Coming back to seated, take just a moment to feel the upper body. Is it getting nice and warm and comfortable? Find your way over onto your hands and knees. We'll continue with a moment of cat-cow, hands right underneath the shoulders, and just undulate the spine a bit, knees underneath the hips. Breathing with it. Then we're going to move to threading the needle. So lift that right hand up, exhale, Slide that hand underneath the left armpit. Bring the shoulder and ear towards the earth. Good stretch in the back body. Press into the left hand as you return the right hand to the mat. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle. Slide that arm through. The ear and the shoulder land towards the earth. Press into the right hand. Both hands plant. Push the hips back as you crawl the fingers forward. Lengthen out, tailbone to fingertips. Sweep the left hand back to the heel. Sweep the right hand up. Take a half camel. And then switch. Keep those glutes squeezed to strengthen the low spine. And switch over to the other half camel. And then gently land the hands back on the mat. A little cat-cow. Warm up the spine. And thread the needle. Left hand up. Thread it in. Good stretch on the back body. And switching sides. Right hand up. And thread. Exhaling. Bring the hands back to the mat. Push the hips back. Crawl the fingers forward. Sweep the right hand back to the heel. Open up into a half camel. And switch. And bring both hands with control back to the mat. Cat-cow. And then let's bring our hands a handprint forward. Let yourself down onto the mat. Draw your elbows in towards the waist. Untuck the toes. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. We'll take a couple cobras here. Inhale, lift. Use the back body. Exhale, soften. Although the movement is very small, this is a very powerful pose for activating the back body. Inhale, lift. And exhale. 3 more. Release. 2. And 1 more. Tuck your toes, push your hips up, and bring your knees a little bit forward. We'll take a little warm up here by dropping the hips towards the mat, lifting the heart. Exhale, push back. Inhale, tuck the toes, come to plank. Exhale, push up to your down dog. Float it forward to plank. Knees down, back towards child. Inhale, we'll flow through that one more time. Coming to modified up dog. Exhale, push back. Plank. Down dog. Stretch it out. Come on back. Plank. Knees down and walk into your table. I'm going to do a little bit of our balance table. So powerful for our back. So we'll begin by lifting the right leg heel back, lengthen out like it's an extension of the spine. Then bend that knee, and we're going to draw circles with the knee. So try to keep the pelvis relatively flat. Everything is stable and still, except for that right knee is drawing circles. And then switch directions. Left knee gets some circles. The right knee circles in the opposite direction is what I meant to say. Okay, lengthen it back out. Drop the ball of the foot. And take your stretch here. Good calf stretch. Then now drop the left foot out in a kickstand while the inner blade of the right foot comes down, the right hand up to the sky. Push off your side plank and come into your gate posture, leaning on over into gate. Nice big stretch on the side body when you're breathing in here, and then exhaling and coming back to your table. A little cat-cow in your table, and we'll take these moves onto the other side. Lengthen out through that left leg, bend the knee and draw your circle. Nice big circles with your knee, and depending on your hips, that circle may be very big or may be a little smaller. Switching directions now. And then lengthen out through that foot and let the ball of the foot come down for your calf stretch. And kickstand out the right foot, coming into your knee down side plank on this side. Push off the bottom hand and sweep over for your gate posture. Exhale, return to the mat. And a little cat-cow again. Always a good transition pose there to help the spine feel comfortable. Tuck your toes and bring your heels towards each other and press into both palms as you stretch the soles of the feet here. And then switch the direction of the fingertips to face towards the knees. Lean back just a bit to get a nice stretch in the forearms. Okay. I'm just going to repeat just a little bit there. So tuck the toes and press both hands into the mat, pushing the heels back to get us good soul stretch. And then turn the fingertips towards the knees, stretching the forearms. Leaning back a little. And then switching, come up into your squat. Feel the tallness there. And using a little bit of your balance energy, hold a focus as you push up on your balls of your feet to tallness. And release the feet to the mat. Let's take a little warm up with Twinkling Star and Rising Mountain. So finding a position on your mat that you're in mountain, bring the weight into one leg, step the other leg back, arms rise up. Exhale to mountain. Other side. And exhale. Now Twinkling Star out to the side, balancing that star, and the other way. Repeating Rising Mountain. Inhale. Exhale. Star. Feel the bigness in these poses. One more time. Breathe it in. Open it up. Feels so good to expand the body. All right, come to the top of your mat and we'll move into our flow. Start with a mountain. Feel that weight landing in the heels. This is so important to have these points of reference when we're needing the power in our practice to help us unwind. So just sense those heels landing strongly into the earth. Stacking the joints, feeling the lifted chest, the ears over the shoulders, and the breath. Take a nice full breath in. Slow exhale, narrowing the throat a little, that ujjayi breath. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, the arms floating to tallness. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift, half lift. Exhale, fold and step back on the right, bringing the knee down to the mat. We're going to start with this modified Warrior One low lunge. Let the hips lean towards that front heel, and then the arms come up if that's comfortable for your shoulders. If not, just keep the hands on the hips. Lifting the heart, and bring a little bit of tension between the front heel and the back knee. Bring that tension in. That helps open up that hip flexor a little bit. Option for temple fingers. You decide what's right for you today. Breathe with that. Exhale. Frame the foot, draw it back. Now we're going to stretch the back of that front leg. Hurdler stretch. Can bring the toes to one side or the other. Feel the back of that leg as you're giving it that stretch. And now back and forth a few times. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, lean into it. And back. One more time. And back. As you're coming forward now, plant that right hand down next to the left foot and turn into your dragonfly twist. Stack the shoulders. Lengthen through the crown, pull the kneecap up. Left hand comes down, step back for your plank. And you can float in plank or take a flow, knees, chest and chin. Roll it up, cobra. Exhale to down dog. Inhale forward to plank, bring the left knee down, step the right foot forward. Keep the left hand planted down, dragonfly twist. Right hand comes to the mat, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift as you press on the shins, let the spine lengthen, shoulder blades slide down the back, tight to the ribs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the hands behind you as you activate the glutes, lifting the heart. And release. A little empty coat sleeves, perhaps shake out anything that's holding tension. And find your way to these postures on the other side. Cleansing breath. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, stepping back on the left. Bring the left knee down and let yourself sink into that warrior one on this side. Option for temple fingers, whatever works for your shoulders. Draw that front heel back, the left knee forward. Open the hip flexor there. Exhale, frame the foot and let that hamstring get a good stretch, that calf get a good stretch. Peel the toes up, hurdler stretch. Inhale, returning to that modified warrior one. Exhale, hurdler stretch. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Do this at your pace. And back. The final time as you walk forward, plant the left hand down, lift the back knee, dragonfly twist. Bring the hand down, step back with the right foot, taking or skipping your flow here. And we all meet in down dog. Floating forward in plank, bring your right knee down, step the left foot forward. Keep that right hand planted, lift the back knee, dragonfly twist on this side. The left hand comes down, step to forward fold. Inhale for a half lift and fold. Sweep the hands behind you, rise up and release. A little empty coat sleeves. Excuse me. All right, take a little bit of a breather here. I'm going to get a sip of water, and then we will continue on to our second flow. Coming to the top of your mat, find your mountain posture. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, a half lift. Exhale, fold, stepping back on the right, and this time we'll bring a block to the inside of that left foot. Coming into this runner's lunge. A little weight off set on the block. Letting the hips sink a little as you stretch in this runner's lunge. When you're ready, draw that left hip back. We're taking more of a pyramid posture now. Drawing that left hip back, a micro bend in that knee to keep it comfortable. Really the stretch is in the hamstring here. And then lift the heart a little bit so that you get a good activation there in the back body. That helps increase the intensity of the hamstring stretch. Now come between these two postures, runner's lunge And pyramid, just doing that back and forth. Feel in the body as you do this, how powerful that is. Breathing with it. Inhale forward. Exhale, draw it back. One more time. And then we're going to set up for warrior one. So turn the back toes to 2 o'clock and sweep up to your warrior one. Push the feet apart. Arms can be on temple or off to the side in a V or on your hips, whatever is working for you tonight. This is a powerful pose. Feel the power in your legs. As they push away from each other on that sticky mat, let that knee be right over the ankle and let those hips sink just a little bit. Can you feel the power in executing this warrior one posture? Breathe with it. Big, strong breaths. At least 3 of them. And then when you float down, let that core be strong. So you fold, frame, and step back. Take your flow. Coming to your downward facing dog. Inhale that right foot up, bend the knees, stack the hips, and then bring that right knee behind the right wrist. We're taking pigeon here. Keep the ankle flexed. Let that stretch happen in the outer right hip. Each of us is going to have our pigeon looking just a little different. Respect the body you're in. It should be fully comfortable in the ankle and knee. The stretch is in the outer right hip. Breathe with it. When you're ready, slide the shin back just a bit. If you are using a block, set it aside. Let that right foot return to the sky. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Back toes to 10 o'clock. Find your warrior one on this side. 3 breaths, power pose. Hands to the hip, feel the core, and fold. Frame, step forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back, and fold. Sweep it up behind you, squeeze those glutes, lift the heart, and release. Letting go of any tension that's building in your practice. And we'll take these moves on the other side. Finding your mountain. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Half lift and fold, stepping back on the left. Bring the block to the inside of the foot on the right. Come into your runner's lunge. 2 lanes of traffic here, railroad tracks. Just letting yourself get a good lunge stretch here, a little bit of offloading of the weight onto the block. When you're ready, draw the right hip back, flatten the back, lift the heart, get that good stretch on the back of that front hamstring, and keep a little micro bend in the knee to keep it comfortable. Back and forth between runner's lunge and pyramid. Breathing with that. Two or 3 times. And then coming to your warrior one posture. Back toes to 10 o'clock. Feel those 2 lanes of traffic in the feet pushing away from each other. Arms can be in temple or cactus, whatever works for you. And breathe with that 2 or 3 times. Engage the pelvic floor here. Feel the power of your pose. Possibly lowering your hips just a bit. Engage the core as you float the hands down. Step back for your plank. Taking a flow here and returning to down dog. Inhale the left foot up, bend the knee, stack the hips. Bring the left knee in behind the wrist. Pigeon comes in on the left. Slide the shin forward just a bit. Keep the ankle flexed. And this pose might look a little different on one side than the other. That's fine. Try and keep the stretch in the outer left hip and honor the body you're in. Don't push it too hard. Gentle stretching here. Slide that shin back. Frame out the hands. Push back up to three-legged dog. And then step that left foot forward between your hands. Coming up in your warrior one on this side. Nice and low with the hips engaged in the glutes to keep the low back comfortable. As you release your arms, hold the core firmly. As you bring the core down, frame the foot step to forward fold. Half lift and fold. Inhale, sweep those arms back. Tall mountain and release. How are you doing? 2 flows down, feeling the power of your practice. Let's come into our third B series, Namaskara B, as we continue our yoga flow tonight. This powerful practice. Feel your mountain. We've been working with Warrior One. Now we're going to move into the B series, which has a little bit additional warrior poses in it. Soften the knees and the hips. Reach the hands behind you and sweep up into Utkatasana, your chair pose. With the exhale, fold, half lift. Exhale, step out to plank. Take or skip a flow here. High to low push-up, chaturanga. Lifting to up dog, and pushing to down dog. Inhale the left foot up, step it forward. Bring the right knee down. I'm going to first take that modified Warrior One. Exhale to a hurdler stretch. Inhale, coming up into our runner's lunge. Option for the block. Exhale back to pyramid. As you come forward, bring the knee right over the ankle, then drop the back heel, toes out to 3 o'clock. Elbow on the knee, and then sweep the hips and heart open to the right. Arm can drift over the ear for extended side angle. Feel that energy from that back heel through that top finger. Engage your core enough that you can float the left elbow. So it's a little more ask. Sweep that top arm over, find your Warrior Two. Another power pose. Feel the heart open. Breathe it out. Then gently come back to peaceful warrior. Reaching for the sky. Back to Warrior Two as you straighten the knee, float the hands forward, come into Trikonasana, triangle posture. Your bottom hand lands on the inside or outside of the calf or thigh. Stack the shoulders, open the heart to the side. Keep pushing into the back heel as you float into reverse triangle. Hands all the way up. Now our final posture is going to be half moon on the side. So as you bring that left hand down, take your block, let it go off on a 45-degree angle, and then open into Ardha Chandrasana. The back foot can be flexed. Stack the shoulders and the hips. Breathe. Gently land the back foot and step back for your plank. Take or skip flow. We meet in down dog. And we'll come to these postures on the other side. Inhale the right foot up. Bring it forward between the hands. Let the back knee unfold onto the mat. Modified warrior one. Exhale, hurdler stretch. Inhale, walk it up to that supported runner's lunge. Exhale, back to pyramid. Drop the back foot. The toes will point out to 9 o'clock. Set your block to the side. So one lane of traffic here. And then the option for the elbow on the knee, rotate the arm at the heart and the hips out to the side. Extended side angle and breathing. Begin to float that elbow. Warrior two. Let the hips sink, shoulders away from the ears. Feel the power in you. Rotate the front palm up. Peaceful warrior. As you draw the right hip back and straighten that front knee, float the hands out. Trikonasana. And taking your gaze off to the side or up to the sky, whatever works for you. Holding the footing, come to your reverse triangle. Now we're going to come to our half moon. Soften the front knee until it's over the ankle. Take your block out on a 45-degree angle from that foot. Open the heart to the side, flex the ankle. Stack the shoulders, breathing 3, 2, and one more. Gently dropping that foot back and stepping back for your plank. Take a flow. And pause in down dog. 3 to 5 breaths here. A great place to let it come out of the mouth. Take a big breath in. Hot out. Again. One more time. Look between the thumbs and then walk or hop. Come to the top of your mat for a half lift. And fold. Soften the hips and knees, hands sweep behind you. Utkatasana. And slowly push up, releasing your flow. Come to the side of the mat and take a wide step out. Heels will be out a little bit more than our toes. Give the glutes a squeeze, feel the front of the hips open. It can be very comfortable. When you're ready, begin to press on the tops of the thighs. Lengthen the spine. Support yourself as you come down onto the mat. You may want to widen the stretch out a little bit further. Keep a little softness in the knees so they feel comfortable. Crawl your fingers forward, let the tailbone lean back and lift. Explore a little bit. Inner thighs, back of the thighs. Walk the hands a little bit to the left, to the right. Feel the stretch. Bring the hands underneath the gaze. Heel toe the feet back together to a 3/4 stride, toes out, heels in. Lower the hips, lift the arms up into cactus. We're going to take some sunflowers. So put the elbows into the waist and then grow that sunflower out to the corners of the room as you squeeze the glutes. Inhale, drop into the ground, and then lift it out. Exhale, elbows in. Inhale it out, sunflower. Exhale. Inhale. One more. And lift. Okay, beautiful. Let's come on down to our mat in a seated posture. Let your feet come out in front of you. Option to take the blocks alongside of you. Dandasana. Draw the toes back. You may have enough lift and length in your arms that you get a little floating of your glutes just with your own arms. If your arms are feeling a little short relative to that, put them on blocks. Helps you get up there. Okay, let's bring some attention to our pelvic floor. We're going to go ahead and feel that elevator. As you draw the breath in, draw that pelvic floor up and in, lifting, 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 and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Letting go. We'll do that one more time. Lifting the pelvic floor. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and letting go. Beautiful. Half Lord of the Fishes. Let's bring your left foot over the top of your right. Draw the knee into the chest and the toes back on the extended foot. Lift the back arm and sweep that elbow over the knee, and then let your left hand come behind you to give you a little support in your spine. Lengthen up and gently revolve. Use the exhales to just kind of wring out that center body. When you're ready, gently drift your gaze over that right shoulder. Unwinding and bringing that posture to the other side. Bringing your right foot across the left knee. Lift the heart, toes back on the left foot. Reach that left arm up, elbow over the knee. Bring the right hand behind you as you lift the heart and gently revolve towards the right. Wring it out. Gaze over the shoulder. And release. We'll come down on our back for a little core work now. So traction your feet back on the mat. Reach the arms forward and gently find that C curve here as you push the spine back, vertebrae by vertebrae, letting yourself come slowly down to the mat. And releasing. Once you're on the mat, we're going to bring our feet into tabletop. So we'll have our shins, knees over the hips. You can rock your thumbs right under the base of the sacrum. Extend the right leg out at 45 and bring it in. Left leg, bring it in. And then just alternating back and forth, using the breath, or you can engage with both feet, bring it in. Point through the toes, bring the knees in. Option to go into a horizontal scissor kick, bring it in. Make sure you're breathing with this. Oxygenating your practice. Feeling the power in your practice. Three more breaths. 2 more. One more. Bring the heels down behind the glutes, hands on top of the thighs. Slide the hands up the thighs as you lift the heart, reaching for the knees. Roll it back down. Exhale, slide it up. Inhale, back, and again. Slide it back. 3 more. Breath, power. 2 more. Slow, strong movements here. As you come down to the mat, find a block. Coming into our restorative posture here, take and slide the block underneath the sacrum. Draw the knees in and float your heels up. Take a big breath here. Have you witnessed the power in your body, in your mind? Ability to care for yourself. How powerful you are in your own experience. Let the knees and the heels gently drift apart from each other if that feels good for your hips today. Choosing to take the moves that serve you. Circles with the ankles, stretch the toes, curl the toes. Explore with curiosity what serves you. Breathe. When you're ready, let the heels come back together, the knees in towards the chest. Wrap both hands around that left knee and let the right heel go long, getting a bit of a stretch going in the front of the right hip flexor. And then add the hamstring on the left. Draw that leg long. And when you're ready, switch sides. Right knee comes in, give it a little hug. As the left heel goes long. Crawl the hands up the back of the leg, circles with the ankle perhaps. Are you still breathing? Let both heels land behind the block, and you might bring the soles of the feet together. Rock the hips left and right as the knees reach for the corners of the room. Let the knees come up. Weight into the heels as you slide your block out from underneath you. Then roll over onto your right side. I'm going to take a long spinal twist, but a little differently than we sometimes do. Option to place a block underneath your head as you're on your right side. Extend the right arm out in front of you, and then bring that top leg out in front of you. Then bring the left hand on top, booking the hands together. And then gently reaching that arm long, slowly bring that arm back. And you may be able to bring it all the way back so the shoulders land on the mat or not. Do what feels comfortable for you. You can take this bottom hand onto the knee or under the knee, whatever supports you in that position too. Exploring that long spinal twist with the booked arms. And when you're ready, gently bring that hand back. And then rotate onto your other side. And you'll see it from the other angle. So bringing yourself onto your left side now, option for the block underneath the head. Reach the bottom arm, your left arm out, the right arm on top. And take the right leg out in front of you. Sweep that right arm up. Open it up. Bringing that hand towards the mat, whatever degree is right for you. Then take the bottom hand to support that right knee or to hold the top of the right knee, whatever feels good. Just play with that long stretch and that gentle twist in the spine. Breathing. Take your time now as you unwind from this posture and come into our final resting posture, Shavasana. So we visited this at the beginning of practice and we'll come here now at the end of practice. We had a very powerful practice, and that sometimes leads to a very powerful Shavasana. Unwind the body onto the mat. Press the back of the head into the mat to tuck your shoulder blades under and let the hands open in a gesture of acceptance. With the next exhale, feel the body yield to the earth. Take a nice full breath in, holding for a count of 3. Exhale and yield. You can repeat that if you'd like, or you may choose to come to your mantra word, relax, or Om, that 2-syllable mantra that lets you notice the in-breath and the out-breath. Inhaling exhaling Om. And the word can just be held in your mind. It does not have to be spoken out loud. Or if you'd like to say it out loud, you certainly can. See what works for you. Slowing the breath down. Bringing the attention back to that word. If the mind drifts away, gently coming back with kindness. Can you let go a little more? Finishing the mantra that you're on and taking 3 more. Bring the attention over the heart and check in with the felt sense of the body. Checking in with your commitment to care for yourself. Access your power. Beginning to find a little movement in the body or stillness, whatever is right for you. Option to lengthen into a stretch. Possibly draw the knees in towards the chest. Finding a little movement on the back. a gentle hug. And then take your time and come into a seated posture. Bringing your hands to heart center. Take a nice full breath in. And exhale with a bit of an Om. Another breath in. And Om. One more time, a breath in. And Om. Thank you for your practice. May you know peace. Om Shanti. Thank you, friends, for joining me in this powerful practice focused on Warrior One and finding a way to care for yourself. When the stress is rising, you can be powerful and mastering that and really finding that balance with your own parasympathetic nervous system. Enjoy your practice and join me again on any of my yoga on maureen.yoga. No .com, just maureen.yoga. I look forward to seeing you in class. Have a great time. Connect with me on email or in chat. All right, take care. Bye-bye.